Okay, here's my other grumpy baby. This is Reggie. You can see he's thrilled to be on camera. And as I said, he's old and grumpy. So, he might be start barking, just so you know. Alexa, tell me a joke.
What do you call an elephant who can do many things at once?
What do you call?
A multitusker.
A multitusker. That's what you call an elephant that can do many things at once. So, good way to start. Okay, so now I'm going to go over that worksheet. And you should have it in your packet. I got to make it close. That's what it looks like. It says reinforcement and punishment on the top. I tried to, upload a photo of this, but I was not having any luck. And I don't have it as a document, so I'm going to read them, but you should have them at home to work with. Okay, so go back and look at those 3 steps again before we do this. And also, if you haven't done it yet, pause it right now, go back and do it, and give it a try. Although, if you want, a good way to do it is maybe to go through like the first 4 with me, and then stop and try them again. So, number 1, police pulling drivers over and giving prizes for buckling up. Okay, so remember the first question was, what's the behavior they're trying to alter? That is obviously buckling up. Okay, so you would underline that. And then the second thing I told you to ask was, are they trying to increase the behavior or decrease the behavior? And they're obviously trying to increase the behavior. So we have to put down an R for reinforcement as our second letter there. And then the last thing is, are they adding something to the situation that wasn't there before after the behavior? Or are they removing something that was there after the behavior? And since they are giving prizes, that's adding. And that is positive. So positive means add. So that's positive reinforcement. Now, when you looked at that, you probably went, oh, that's positive reinforcement. I'm just going to write it down. Don't do that. Okay? That is how you're going to get screwed up later on with the more complicated ones. I always have students that don't want to go through the steps, and it is going to get you in the end. So trust me, Dr. Hunter, I love you and care about you. Okay, and I want you to get these right, so do the steps. All right, number 2 is suspending a basketball player for committing a flagrant foul. The behavior they want to change is the flagrant foul. They obviously want to decrease it. Okay, so we're talking about punishment. If you hear decrease, punishment, decrease, punishment. Okay, and then the question is, are they adding something you're taking? They're taking them out of the game, so that is negative punishment. And my husband's in the kitchen making a smoothie if you hear a weird noise. Okay. 3, a soccer player rolls her eyes at a teammate who delivered a bad pass. The behavior they want to alter is the bad pass. They want to decrease that, so that's right, punishment. Okay, and have they added something or have they taken something away? They added the dirty look, the rolling of the eyes, so that is positive punishment. Okay, number 4, a child snaps her fingers until her teacher calls on her. In this situation, the child is trying to train the teacher, and they obviously want to get some attention, right? And so there they are, sitting in their seat, being annoying. Snap, 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 snap. I'm thinking of a few of you right now. I won't use names. Anyway, so they're snapping away, and if they get called on, they're going to stop that behavior, okay? So the behavior the child's trying to create is being called on. The child wants that to be increased. So when we hear the word increase, we know it is reinforcement, okay? And if the teacher does what they're supposed to, are they going to get something good or is something bad going to be removed? The snapping is going to stop, and so that is negative reinforcement. That is always the most confusing one. The only way to get the right answer is to go through those steps, okay? So you've got to do them for all of it and get into the habit or you're going to have trouble on the test. Okay, 5. A hospital patient is allowed extra visiting time after eating a complete meal. The behavior is eating a meal. They want to increase it. Okay, so that's got to be reinforcement. And they add, what did they add? Extra visiting time, so it's positive reinforcement. Okay, number 6, I do not love, and I would not give you this on the test, but let's go through it. Receiving a city utility discount for participating in a recycling program. Okay? Now, obviously, the behavior they want to create is recycling. They definitely want to increase it so we know for sure it's reinforcement. The question is this negative or positive reinforcement? The word receiving makes you think it's positive, okay, because you're getting something. But what you're getting is a discount, meaning you no longer have to make a payment you were paying before. So really, I think they're aiming for negative reinforcement here. It's just a tricky wording. And again, I wouldn't give you an example where it says receiving for a negative reinforcement example. All right. Grounding a teenager until his or her homework is finished. Now, you may jump to what I said in the last lecture and just say, oh, grounding's a negative punishment. I'm going to go, no, you'd be wrong. Okay? You know why? Because you didn't walk through the steps. That's why. Okay, so grounding a teenager until his or her homework is finished. The behavior is homework being finished. Never reword things in your head, by the way, or you will run into all kinds of problems. So do we want to increase homework being finished or decrease it? Okay. We want to increase it, obviously, so it has to be reinforcement. And then you ask yourself, if the kid does their homework, what happens afterwards? Do they get something good, or does something bad go away? And the answer is something bad goes away. They're not grounded anymore. Okay, so that is negative reinforcement. So again, the hardest ones are always negative reinforcement. So if you're stuck on the test and you don't know what else to do, guess negative reinforcement. Okay, scolding a child for playing in the street. The behavior is playing in the street. We definitely want to decrease that, so we're going to use punishment. And we have added a scolding, so that's positive punishment. Don't forget there's all kinds of negative effects of positive punishment. A prisoner loses TV privileges for 1 week for a rule violation. The behavior they want to alter is the rule violation. They want to decrease it. Okay. So we're going to use punishment. And they do it by taking away something, so it's negative punishment. If you have not yet paused to try some of these on your own, do it now. Okay, and try the rest on your own and then come back. Okay, 10, a parent nagging a child to clean up her room. What's the behavior? Clean the room. We want to increase it. Okay, so it's reinforcement. If the kid cleans their room, the nagging goes away. So that's negative reinforcement. Okay, a rat presses a lever to terminate a shock or a loud tone. This one's worded kind of strangely too because it's not clear what the behavior is they want you to focus on. But I'll just tell you. The behavior is they're trying to get this rat to press a lever. Okay, so there's some mad scientist in the background trying to get the rat to press a lever. They want that behavior to increase, so it's reinforcement. And if the rat presses the lever, the shock goes away, so that's negative reinforcement. A professor gives extra credit to students with perfect attendance. Perfect attendance is what they're trying to increase, so reinforcement. Adding extra credit, so positive reinforcement. A dog is banished to his doghouse after soiling the living room carpet. Okay, that would be Reggie. Yes, I'm talking about you. Okay, so the behavior they want to stop is soiling. They want to decrease it. Okay, so they want to use punishment. And banishment implies kicked out of where you want to be, so it's negative punishment. A defendant is harassed and tortured until he confesses. Okay, what do they want? They want confession. Okay, they want to increase that. They're trying to get a confession. So if we want to increase, we have to use reinforcement. You've got to get those words beaten in your head. Okay, and if the defendant, confesses, then the torture stops. That's negative reinforcement. Again, if you're doing the steps, that should go fine. But if you're not doing the steps, you're probably having trouble. Okay. A young child receives $5 for earning good grades in school. Okay. They want good grades. We want to increase it, so that's reinforcement. We give them $5. That's positive reinforcement. A mother smiles when her child utters mama. The behavior is uttering mama. Okay. They want that to increase, so mom smiles, giving her positive reinforcement. A child is put into timeout for misbehaving. We did talk about this before. Misbehaving, we want to decrease it, so punishment. And timeout is taking away fun and doing fun things, so it's negative punishment. 18, employee of the month gets a reserved parking space. Okay, the behavior is being a great employee. They want to increase that, so you get something, positive reinforcement. 19, I don't like this one. I think there's 2 ways to interpret, so I wouldn't give you this one, but let's do it. At a party, a husband becomes sullen when his wife flirts with a colleague. Now, obviously, the behavior they want to change is flirting. They definitely want to decrease that, so it's going to be punishment. But sullen's a weird word. I don't know if that's taking affection or adding attitude, so it could be negative or positive. I would go either way on that one. Okay, and the last one, a woman watching a football game offers her child candy to play quietly. The behavior's playing quietly. She wants to increase it. Okay, so that's reinforcement. And she gives her candy, so that's positive. Candy is also a primary reinforcer. Let's remember primary is biological. It's not a good biological, but it does give you calories, okay, which we need. And negative, or remember, secondary reinforcement is something we don't need, but we want, like a good parking space. Okay, so that's that worksheet. I hope that made sense. You in the Chapter 7 folder have some other worksheets I put in there that you can look at. The answers are typed down below, so if you feel like you want some more practice, look at those. And as always, contact me during virtual office hours, and I'll go through these again with you if that helps. All right, I hope this is working for you. If it's not, let me know. If anything's screwy on the website and I haven't noticed it, please tell me, send me an email. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well. Don't forget that you have the quiz over this on Tuesday. Okay, you have to do it sometime on Tuesday. But then all the ready on Thursday, you're going to have a quiz over all of Chapter 8. So you need to get reading. And there is some Chapter 8 material up. I put up somebody else's lecture about memory, which should tide you over and give you most of the information. I'll try to put up my own videos here soon. So have a great day. Remind me to come back and give you another excellent joke from Alexa. Maybe she has some psychology jokes. I'll have to check. I also might put up a couple funny videos on some of this stuff if I remember to do that. But anyway, have a wonderful day. As always, stay safe. Don't get around other people. Go for a walk. Okay, it is safe to go for a walk by yourself and get some exercise. So that'd be really good for you and me, and I may go do it in a little bit. All right, see you later.